We play and call it work.
Hey there guys, Quirk here from MiniWarGaming.com, and we are at Adepticon 2017. I'm here with Nick, and we are looking at Arena Rex. So I'm going to have basically Nick take over here, and he's going to tell us about Arena Rex, where you can find it, and what it's all about. So go right ahead, sir.
Sure thing. Arena Rex is a small skirmish game based around gladiatorial combat, of course. We call it Gladiator Combat. In a mythic age, we have some slightly twisted history, though you won't see anyone shooting lightning bolts out of their fingers or anything like that. You can pick up and take a look at our models at arenarex.com. We self-distribute, so my wife and I ship out the minis from our little house behind our house. The game itself is relatively quick to play. We play like about 5 models aside, 5 or 6 models aside. There are no line of sight rules, so we get to put in some other cool things about you can ride around on a bull and get knocked off by your opponent and so on and so forth. Both players remain engaged throughout the whole game, even though it lasts maybe 30, 45 minutes. So it's a you go, I go situation, but no matter how many minis you have, we're always just going to do 1 for 1. Yep. So even if you outnumber me, we're still going 1 mini for 1 mini.
No, that's awesome. Taking a look at the minis themselves, they are absolutely gorgeous. Now, where did you get those sculpted and painted? Because they are absolutely phenomenal. We're actually a booth right next, like across from you guys, and we have a hard time, seeing them because they're always packed full of people. But whenever we do get a chance, we're basically drooling over these things. So,
yeah, our minis are sculpted by various freelance artists, mostly in France, but some other places around the world. And they're all traditionally done. I think of them as like super tiny little, Renaissance sculptures. And so they take a little bit of time to do. It's something we book, weeks, months in advance, and sometimes years in advance. We have to say, here's a piece of art. Can you sculpt this for us? And some of these guys are so booked up, but we really like their work, and we're willing to wait for it.
And that's awesome. It definitely shows when you take a look at these miniatures. Now, for somebody getting into the game, what's like the price point they're looking at to get into it?
Our starters are $45. That's 3 minis and everything you need to get playing the game. Like I said, it's about 5 minis aside, so each of our minis range from about $16 to $19 for the smaller ones, and then our larger beasts go around $40, but they're very large, very pretty resin minis. So what you're looking at for one player to get 5 minis, a mat, something like that, is around $80. And that's all you really need to ever play the game, but you know how mini gamers are. People like to collect stuff. We also do have open force construction, so you don't really have to stay within one faction. You can say, oh, I really like the look of this faction, but that one model over there I wouldn't want to miss out on. You can grab that one and play it with the other models within your faction.
Now, you've also got a couple of the actual mythical creatures. Like I saw Medusa as one of them. You got a couple of other things there. With that being part of it, is that a monster that somebody can actually play, or is that something that's like an additional thing that gets thrown into the arena that both players have to deal with?
The answer is yes, both. You can play with those models. We do have a lot of beasts that you might find in your local zoo, and things reinterpretations of mythological creatures. And you can make a whole force just out of those, or you can drop them in the arena as a hazard, and if you push your buddy close enough to it, that lion, for example, will come and chomp on him.
Nice.
We also do have a sort of a Beastmaster character. He's one of our Egyptian gladiators from the Morituri faction, and he's a hyena handler. And he also comes with his own Ludus benefit card, so if you only play him and beasts, then you get a whole different experience and different abilities.
That's awesome. So for somebody to get into the game, what's the learning curve for the rules and things like that? Is it something that we've seen traditionally, or is this a totally different rule set, something that we've never seen before?
We think it's pretty intuitive. You really should only have to read through the rulebook once. Once you get a grasp of the core mechanics of the game, everything you need to know to play is on the cards. There's no referencing an ability. We don't say this model has pounce, so go to the rulebook and figure out what that means. We describe everything entirely.
No, and that's perfect. It's nice to have a card that you can actually reference at any time, so that's phenomenal. So if somebody was interested in picking this up, where would they have to go specifically? Do you have a website that anybody can visit?
Yeah, arenarex.com.
All right, that seems pretty simple. All right. Well, Nick, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. So guys, go ahead and check it out, arenarex.com. If you're interested in playing Arena Rex, I would definitely recommend it. The models are gorgeous. The game seems like a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to try and get it a test play at some point. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, happy wargaming.